Seeing countless goo worms once again burrowing into the courtesan's legs, the high monk urgently asks the maid whether the raw meat used earlier had been stored for several days. Because of that, the goo worms inside the courtesan's body had not been fully drawn out. The monk then orders the maid to bring a fresh piece of raw meat, still dripping with blood. As the steel needle is driven into the courtesan's toe once more, the fresh flesh finally succeeds in luring all the goo worms out of her body. This horrifying scene is witnessed by a disheveled man standing outside the door. Seeing how powerful the monk is, the man rushes forward and begs him to save his former lover. He has just seen a black cat crouching above his girlfriend's head on the bed canopy, as if clouds thundered and dreams shattered in an instant. With a single glance, the monk realizes that the being on the ceiling is not human at all, but a demonic cat. To uncover why the cat demon has been harming people so frequently, the monk seeks out a reclusive master skilled in hidden sight and spiritual perception. With this man's guidance and explanation, the monk suddenly has an awakening and decides to find the truth through the cat itself. Soon, the monk and a scholar track down the lair of the cat demon. Unbeknownst to them, the demon seems to have anticipated their arrival and even invites them upstairs for a conversation. Before long, the two sides engage in a philosophical debate. On the surface, the monk pretends to listen humbly, but in truth, he is guiding the cat demon to reveal her past and the reason she has been harming others. It turns out she was once Bai Long, a close attendant of Yang Guifei. When Yang Guifei was buried alive, Bai Long, who deeply admired her, was overwhelmed by resentment. In her madness, she drove away her junior brother, Dan Long, and then forcibly infused her soul into the body of a black cat. Only by doing so could she drain her own soul and gain immense power to avenge Yang Guifei. After becoming a demon cat, Bai Long sought out one by one those who had harmed Yang Guifei. But consumed by hatred, she gradually became demonic and began committing evil everywhere. Over the years, Bai Long had already reached the brink of collapse, surviving only through a single lingering obsession with Yang Guifei. At that moment, a middle-aged man enters the room. Seeing him, the demon cat immediately lunges forward. It is Dan Long. "I have always been by your side. Look at yourself. Do you know who you are?" Bai Long turns her head and sees her own body lying beside Yang Guifei's remains. Only then does she realize that after Dan Long left years ago, he had secretly protected the bodies of both of them all along. He is no longer in that body, and hasn't been for a long time, Bai Long. This is what Yang Yuhuan wanted to tell you. Hearing these words, Bai Long breaks down in tears. Deep down, she has always known that Yang Guifei was long gone. She simply refused to accept it, still clinging to the impossible hope of bringing her back to life. At that moment, a celestial crane suddenly flies overhead, as if carrying away all of Bai Long's pain and obsession. In that instant, she finally lets go. The monk then places Bai Long beside Yang Guifei, and with that, all hatred and resentment finally come to rest, turning to dust.